Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. In the last trading session, we saw a bounce in the major stock indexes. As Bitcoin and your beloved alts can't escape the stock market's gravity, we saw a rally in the crypto market. In this video, we're going to examine, is this a sucker's rally? And a sucker's rally basically means, is it a pump and dump? Or could we see follow through? Stay tuned, it's going to be awesome. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently up 1.38% to 19,542. Ethereum is up 1.94% to 1332. Looking at the latest news, the US share market rallied because of better than expected earnings by the Bank of America. Also, the UK Treasury Chief, Jeremy Hunt, reverses nearly all the tax plans to reassure markets. A critical thing to understand is how the US dollar currency index plays into financial markets, because when the dollar goes up, we see the stock markets and crypto come down. The increase in value of the DXY has created havoc, literally turmoil across the globe. When such turmoil exists, as we saw in the UK market, of course the governments will step in to try to rectify the problem. And this is what I believe we've been seeing just recently. The dollar absolutely rallied, crashing markets at the time. The relief, the rally, and now we're getting another relief. But something to keep in mind, when we're looking at the smart money buy and sell levels, we have Stanfield levels at 111,239 and 111,033. This is really important to understand. We have a lot of support just below the current value of the DXY. And that value is 112,037. If we want to confirm an upwards rally, we would expect the dollar to break underneath this 111,033 mark. It may come up a little bit just to retest and resume down to 108,393. If that happens, it's a really fantastic thing for crypto and the stock markets. What about if we get another case where we don't actually get all the way down to this support because it's a very strong level and we see a reversal? We do note that we've seen a high, and this is a lower high. That tends to indicate there's a downtrend, but these downtrends can be reversed on quite quickly. So just be aware, if we don't hold the 111,033 mark and we start to come up above, especially the 113,221 mark, we could be seeing what could be a major sell-off in the markets. I believe the DXY right now is one of the most important charts that you can keep your eye on. When looking at financial markets, it's a lot like putting a jigsaw puzzle together, and a very complex jigsaw puzzle too. When we look at the S&P 500, the SPX, what we actually notice, there's a lot of resistance just at that 3688 mark, and we've been rejected from that. There is also a degree of support, because when we look at these daily Stanfield levels, we can see this is where smart money is laying their buy levels. If the support holds, that would go very, very well for an upward rally. But we've got two key significant levels. The S&P 500 is currently 3677.94 cents. If we can get above that 3688.53 and the 3709.78 mark, that looks incredibly well poised for a very good upward thrust. And this would flow through to crypto, because we know that Bitcoin and your beloved alts cannot escape the stock market's gravity. To make sure it's not a sucker's rally, we need the DXY to break through its support. We need the SPX to break through resistance. What else do we need? We need to see the 2-year, the 10-year, the 5-year, the 30-year, and the 10-year yields continue to fall down. We want to see the federal funds rate prediction of April 2023 to keep on going red, exactly like what it's doing. We want it to continue to come down. But what we'll actually see is the markets may find some short-term level of support. Why do I say that? Because yields have been going on an absolute rampage. And when there's so much momentum behind any specific thing in financial markets, it generally continues until there's some factual break. And factual means that the market changes condition. And we can see in the last trading session, the Nasdaq did really well and Bitcoin just came up a little. Against this backdrop, we must consider that the 10-year break-even inflation rate and the 5-year break-even inflation rate and the 5-year forward inflation expectation rate, just in the background there, have all been going crazy. They're going up with abandon. We need to see these rates start to come down. So keep an eye on deflection in these key rates. And masterclass students, you get this live chart in TM4. The probability of a 75 basis point increase in the federal funds rate is currently 94.7%. If it's a rally with follow through, we would expect this percentage to fall. Just like a really complex jigsaw puzzle, you have to actually factor in what those puzzle pieces are in terms of if price will go up or go down. One piece of the puzzle is if the VIX continues to come down, that will cause the markets to continue to come up. That's what we want. We want to see the VIX falling. The other thing to note is that bond prices didn't stage much of a comeback. And if we look at yields, yields came up. This could throw a bit of cold water on a sustained rally. One thing that was quite positive was the DXY, the dollar, came down. It's looking like it's breaking through its immediate short-term support based on recent price action. So that's something that's very positive. But we are aware that structural support is quite close below that. And we can also see that junk bonds have staged a bit of an uptick. This is really good. Oil continues to come down. And gold, just doing a little bit of a technical bounce at the present time. As Bitcoin trades 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it doesn't take any time off, ever. We can use it as a very good risk-on sentiment. And what we can see, that Bitcoin is approaching a level of resistance. Bitcoin is currently 19,587. It has a structural level of resistance above a smart money sell level at 19,645. And then two more above at 19,977 and 21,98. One thing we note here is there's not a lot of support below Bitcoin's price. There is of course one at 19,426, but there's not a lot below there until we get to 18,666 and 18,572. What we do as crypto technical analysts, we put the jigsaw puzzle together each and every day by scientifically tracking investor attention. We know that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, and Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity either. So when we look through the top 8, we can see this rally in Bitcoin has been doing wonders for Ethereum. And what we see, Ethereum has been very strong recently. Binance Coin, a little less strong. ADA, very, very weak at the present time. But we know that projects become weak and then they become strong again. So just bear this in mind. XRP has been selling down and staged a little bit of an uptick, but not much because it put in such a monster rally previously. We can see Solana doing quite nicely. Solana is really, really explosive and continues to be so. Doge is starting to get it above a short-term level of resistance. DOT is starting to act with more power, just resynchronizing in with Bitcoin's gravity. And Matic is just going for it. At times like this, it's really good to look at the top 16. So let's go through the next 8. We can see Tron, very, very spiky. This spiky behavior can be very good for Borsog trading. But we can see that Tron is a little stronger than Bitcoin's gravity at the present time. SHIB is a little bit under. Uni a little bit over. AVAX a little bit under. And when we see Litecoin is seeking to break out from resistance, but it's still under resistance. And this is important to understand. Link is a little weaker than Bitcoin's gravity. Atom is weaker. and Ethereum Classic is very weak compared to Bitcoin's gravity. Today's video is focused on, is this a sucker's rally or a real rally with follow through? The key to keep in your mind is what is done with the DXY. If the DXY continues to fall below this 111.239 and 111.033, that is looking really good for a sustained rally. If we find support here and the dollar rallies again, yields will come up and yields will crush the stock market. So you just got to be aware of how all the jigsaw pieces play together. And also keep your eye on the S&P 500. Doing your daily three-dimensional thinking and risk management through the Borsog Code is so incredibly important, especially at times like this. Please let me know in the comments. Do you think this is a sucker's rally? Or do you think that this is a real rally and we could see great price appreciation? It's vitally important to think in three dimensions. Professional traders and investors always hold three-dimensional thinking. They know what they will do with any specific trade or their entire portfolio. If prices go up, they go neutral or flat, or if they go down. Holding on to just one position in the market, it must go up or it's going to go down, and you're certain of that, it's very important to think with probability. And please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.